Namaste. Welcome to the Everyday Thought from the Speaker's Yoga Diary, Day Volume 2, Day 86. Listeners, in the past 6 videos, we have been examining what is being spiritual. One aspect of leading a spiritual life is to develop awareness, and this is what we examined in the previous video, number 85. And the object of meditation is to develop awareness in us, awareness of the body, awareness of the thought process, and awareness of the surroundings. In fact, meditation is nothing but awareness. Where there is awareness, there is meditation. In other words, if you have more awareness, if you are positioned in the state of awareness constantly, moment to moment, being aware of this body, being aware of this mind, and being aware of the environment, then you are in a state of meditation. You are already in that state of meditation. There is no need to sit in some place and do some kind of meditation following some technique or method. As long as you sit there, you are battling with your body and battling with your thoughts. Nothing else takes place there. Even if there is any state that you may achieve with, say, for instance, the state of quietness, and that state of quietness that you undergo in that position of meditative posture, you are in a state of illusion. You have mistaken that. Well, we have been following this for ages and ages because some gurus teaches this method and you follow, and you in turn teach the same method to another, and that one will in turn teach the same technique to the other. So this has been going on for centuries, and we do not know what exactly it is, what is happening there. Nothing but battle. The speaker says boldly that meditation is nothing but battle. It is a war field where you fight with your body and fight with your thoughts. You want to steady your body, but you cannot achieve that state because every time when there is an itching, then you start scratching it. If a mosquito falls on your body, you swat it, and you try to prevent the thoughts coming or gushing through. So invariably and inevitably, you are fighting with the thoughts, you are fighting with the body because you want to achieve the steadiness of body, but you cannot, and the time goes. Similarly, you want to achieve the steadiness in your mind, but you cannot because thoughts are rushing through, and you want to prevent those thoughts because somebody has said, stop the thoughts. So you do it forcibly, and when you employ force, it results in conflict. And where there is a conflict, there is a loss of energy. And this is the way how we lose our energy when we should, when we sit and do that kind of meditation, following this technique or that technique. The speaker is categorically saying and clarifying that meditation is nothing but awareness. That awareness you can develop anywhere, in any position. Even while walking, you can have that awareness. While sitting, you can do that awareness. While cooking, while taking bath, and while doing any piece of work, you can achieve that state of awareness. And there is no need to sit in one posture and close your eyes and concentrate on your mind or on body and all that. Well, all that will result in conflict. This is what the speaker has been saying in video after video, that there is no meditation. Meditation is an illusion. It has been invented by the so-called gurus, and this meditation is not something that can be done in a particular time, in a particular place, in a particular posture. As the speaker has already made it, that the meditation is nothing but improving your awareness, and you can improve that awareness. Awareness here is nothing but consciousness. That consciousness you can develop anywhere and any place, any time, in any posture, in any position. Now, when you have this kind of awareness, from this springs virtues. All virtues must happen naturally from within. They should come from within. The more you have the awareness, then you become conscious of your body, you become conscious of your mind, you can become conscious of everything that you do. Every word that you speak, you become conscious. Every piece of thing that you do, you become conscious. While walking, you become conscious of the surroundings. You watch everything around, what is happening, what is going on around. You watch the birds, you watch the clouds moving gently in the sky. You watch the raindrops. You watch every bit of noise that comes from the nature, the rustling of leaves, the blowing of wind, every piece of thing that you notice keenly, intently. And as the speaker has said in one of his videos, that watching is the crux of meditation. Watching is the essence of your living, and it should become when you uh, become extremely vigilant, watching everything with great sense of vigilance, attention, or care, then you are in that state of yoga. You are in the state of meditation. Your life is entirely in the state of meditation. You are living in that state of meditation. So, when you have this awareness, then virtues come from that. You will not become conscious of the virtues that are growing within you, but they come out slowly and steadily and grow like a tree in you. And you become the embodiment of those virtues. And those virtues will stay with you forever because they come from within and they come from your state of awareness, your state of consciousness. And therefore, those virtues will last forever. But you do not know that you are having those virtues, and those virtues are now manifesting in you. So you become highly disciplined. Disciplined in the sense that that which springs from within, that which springs from that state of awareness, and that is called the discipline. That discipline will last forever. And that discipline has tremendous power, appeal, and not the kind of discipline or virtues that you cultivate from outside, from reading books, from listening to gurus, this man and that man. Somebody says, follow this, follow that. But such virtues will not stay with you because they are coming from outside. The speaker is very emphatic that the virtue means virtue must come from here, not from outside. The noble qualities that you call must come from within. But how can they come from within? Right now, your body and mind are completely swapped. And therefore, you cannot see that. Therefore, you want something that should come from outside. You accept only that which comes from a guru. You think that which is taught is real and true. Because your body and mind have been tuned to a particular pattern, and you are living in a particular paradigm, a pattern of living, and therefore you cannot change that pattern. And you want to change that pattern, well, you expect something should come from outside to shatter that pattern which you have been following for years and years. But that will not stay. That is not called virtue. Virtue in the real sense the speaker is talking about. So the speaker says that virtues must spring from within, and those virtues will come from the awareness. The more you develop awareness, then the more you get virtues from within, and you of which you will not become conscious, but they come, and you start living a virtuous life, a principled life. But remember, the speaker is using the word principled life, but that principled life must come from within, not from outside. And those principles are eternal. They stand the test of time. They will stay with you because they have come from within. And therefore, those virtues will go along with the state of awareness. Oh, where there is meditation, there is awareness. Where there is awareness, there is bound to be virtues. How all these three are linked with each other: meditation, awareness, and virtues. All the three go together. Oh, meditation means the state of awareness. Where there is awareness, there is bound to be virtues. Oh, virtues will come. This is the link. This is how the virtues must come. Oh, the virtues that you want to cultivate, Remember, the speaker is using the word cultivate. You cultivate anything that comes from outside, but anything that comes from within, you do not cultivate it. You do not nurture such thing, but it grows automatically, naturally. It has that sense of naturalness. So it carries that essence of fragrance. So you will not cultivate any virtues there in that state. They come automatically. Therefore, there is nothing like cultivating the virtues. Cultivating means it involves discipline. It involves some kind of method. You follow that method vigorously. And therefore, after some time, you will abandon that. Sometimes, what happens when you start cultivating such virtues, when a situation arises where your interests, personal interests are involved, then you sacrifice those virtues. So, our self interests always govern our life, our thinking, our living, not our principles. Because, as the speaker has said, the principles that you follow come from outside. You cultivate those principles. You cultivate that discipline that comes from outside. Therefore, you are ready to sacrifice such principles when your self interest come into existence. So, when you have the self interest, when you have the principles that you have cultivated over time, then you give priority to the self interest, not to the cultivated principles. How you say, go with the wind, these principles, and you give more importance to your self interest. So, this is the relationship between interests and principles. Where your interests are involved, then principles go to the wind. Principles do not stand. You sacrifice those principles. Why? Because those principles are coming from outside. And you are cultivating or following those principles over a period of time. Therefore, you do not give any importance to such principles when a situation arises where your self interest is involved. But on the other hand, as the speaker has just now said, such principles, such discipline, such virtues that come from the state of awareness within, then you will not be governed by any interest, neither your interest, self interest, nor family interest, nor any other interest. So interests will go to the back seat because the principles are very strong. They have come from the root of your consciousness. So they stay long. They have taken such a long roots, deep roots. Anything that comes from the root of your mind, root of your conscience, from the marrow of your bones, from the flesh and blood of this body, such will stand long. Then interests of any kind will not work with such principles. Then your life becomes smooth, peaceful, and happy. And this is what the speaker has been saying, that you are already happy. You are already in the state of peace. You are already in the state of order. But we are not conscious of that. All that you need is to develop that sense of awareness. For that, you need not follow any technique or method. Just be there where you are. and keep watching. Be an eternal vigilant. You need to watch with terrible attention and care, and that will bring a change in your life, in your living styles, and so on. And not by following this or that, or not for by reading this text or that text, you will develop that state of awareness. It should come naturally, like a flower that blooms on the roadside. You see how a flower on the roadside blooms naturally, naturally, without any volition. Nobody goes and interferes with it, right? But it grows naturally. It grows, it blooms. So also the state of awareness, it should spring, it should bloom like a flower on the roadside. And that is natural state. And you are already in that natural state. Anything that you cultivate and impose on it is artificial. And that is why there is bound to be an inner conflict between that state of naturalness and the state of something that you cultivate artificially. So the clash goes on and on and on within you, between the state of naturalness within and the artificialness that comes from outside, in the form of cultivating discipline, in the form of following this technique or that technique. Are you aware of this? Have you ever looked into this? And this is what is going on in us. Thank you very much. Namaste.